Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to be going over the HRM-9, which is the new SMG, as well as the TAQ Evolvere. I'm just going to call it that. I'm not exactly sure how it's pronounced, but that's the new LMG. We'll look at them compared to a few of the other previously meta weapons and just see how the stats stack up. I went into the game, got in live plunder matches, and used my two accounts to test all the damage values, and then obviously pulled all the base stats out of the game. It takes a lot of time to do that. If you guys appreciate all the work that goes into building TGD, it's crazy how many little things go into every little thing that I add to the site. So if you appreciate that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, drop a comment on the video, help out with the algorithm. Let's get into it, and we will talk about the two new weapons. Before I get into the video here, I know this is super random. I mentioned this in my previous video, but I've actually started a separate little hobby channel for myself. It's just going to be golf-focused videos. I'm actually a scratch golfer, so I think I have some unique data analytics and good golfer and just multiple different things that are going to come together to make a pretty cool little side channel over there. So if you're interested in that at all, it is called Zachman Golf, and it will be in the pinned comment as well as in the video description. First up here, we're going to look at the HRM-9. This is the new SMG. We're just going to start on the TTK chart. I could go over the damage values, but damage values by themselves don't mean much. You kind of have to look at the chart to really see how things are lining up. So I've got the WSP Swarm in orange and the new HRM-9 in red on this plot. The Swarm just got nerfed about an hour ago. That is not live on TGD yet. It will be by the end of today, but it's not live on TGD. So this is the old meta WSP Swarm that we're looking at here on the chart versus the new HRM-9. So like I said, the Swarm has been nerfed, so it's not going to be as good as this anymore. But we can compare to the new HRM-9, and you can see that it has phenomenal time to kill, all the way out to 16.5 meters. The HRM-9 has a very fast time to kill of 612 milliseconds, which is almost as fast as the Swarm was in that first 6.3 meters. So instantaneously, HRM-9 absolutely is going to be a meta contender. I mean, it's going to be one of the best weapons, if not the best weapon, right off the bat, just looking at this. A few other really important stats to look at for SMG is going to be movement speed, sprint to fire, ADS movement speed, those kind of things. So you can see sprint to fire is 94 milliseconds, which is super fast. So that's going to be great. There are some exceptions to this where like the AMR-9 just got a big buff, but it has terrible sprint to fire time. So I don't think it's ever going to be the meta with that sprint to fire time. This has good movement speed. So, I mean, just movement speed, sprint to fire, ADS, and the time to kill chart basically tell you right off the bat this is going to be a meta weapon, so you do want to get this thing leveled up and unlocked for sure. Onto the TAQ Evolvere. This is the new LMG. I've got the TAQ Eradicator from the pre-nerf, so it just got nerfed in this patch. So if you used it before this patch, I wanted to have you something that you could compare to as far as time to kill is concerned. And then we've got the SVA 545 in red, and then the TAQ Evolvere in orange. You can see right off the bat the Evolvere is just not really competitive at all in time to kill. I'm going to double check this because it's so bad that it's weird to me. So I need to look into this weapon some more and make sure everything is correct. But, I mean, my testing methodology is pretty sound at this point, so I'm not sure. I don't think I missed anything. It's just, seems like it's just a non-competitive weapon overall. So yeah, the TAQ Evolvere is really just not going to be in the meta with its current damage values. It's pretty bad compared to a lot of other low recoil options. So I wouldn't really be considering that right now. I don't think you need to rush to level it or anything. But the HRM-9, the new SMG, I think is going to be the meta pretty much for sure. So I would definitely get this thing unlocked and get it leveled. So a quick build for the HRM-9. I think this is pretty nasty. So we got the Shadow Strike Suppressor just to get the gun suppressed so you don't show up on the minimap. The Thorn 90 barrel, so this helps with movement speeds, helps your ADS and sprint to fire, just hurts recoil a little bit. But this gun has pretty good recoil just by default. I like an optic, so Mark III Reflector is my go-to optic. And then the SL Skeletal Vertical Grip, if we scroll down and look at this, this has great stats for an SMG. So helps with recoil, vertical recoil, hurts your horizontal a little bit, but helps with ADS and sprint to fire a bunch. And then for the magazine, we just do 50 round drum. So that's pretty solid there. If I hop into the game real fast and take this into the firing range, you're going to see that the 25 meter target miss a couple bullets there to the start just because I'm not quite used to it yet. But the recoil overall is very good. It just jumps to the left a little bit right at the start, but see, you can correct for it once you get used to it. So I think this is pretty solid. Maybe something that could help with horizontal a little bit would be a little bit better. But overall, super good gun, and it's going to be probably the core meta for SMGs. If you're going to go with no optic, I would probably recommend putting this PCS 90 Assault Grip on there just because it helps with your recoil. It's got 7% reduction on vertical, horizontal, 10% on gun kick, so that's pretty solid there. Some of the stocks are okay too, so this folding stock has even more recoil help, so if you still struggle with the recoil, you could use this stock instead of that rear grip, but it does hurt your ADS speed, so that's like the penalty is, you know, you're going to have a little worse ADS speed, which is not a good thing for an SMG. This light stock helps with mobility, but it hurts your recoil, and I do think this gun needs a little help with recoil overall. It's not bad, but you just don't want to add to it as much as you can. As much as you can not do that, that's good, but this barrel has a lot of great stats on it, so that's why we use it despite the increase in recoil. So yeah, this would be what I would recommend if you're going irons, and it does have pretty good irons. Not really an issue here with irons. So my plan for the rest of the day is to get the rest of the Season 1 reloaded attachment changes up on TGD. I need to get all of the damage profile changes and attachment changes tested for multiplayer. All the Warzone changes are live except the Swarm and the Interceptor, which just got nerfed about an hour ago. I need to get all of those changes up for multiplayer. I need to add the Swarm and the Interceptor to the update on TGD. I have not done those yet since it just happened an hour ago. And a few other small things, but I'm trying to get all of this finished by the end of the day. But as always, the best way to support is just a direct subscription on True Game Data. It makes it so I don't have to make sensationalist content and try to clickbait things. I can just be honest. I can just make videos because I have a separate income source, and I hate clickbaiting things. I hate doing that kind of stuff. So that's why I really, really appreciate any direct subscriptions that you guys give me. So thank you. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.